Well, continuing on with my being a sucker for found footage films, came upon a story called The Lost Vlog of Ruby Real, which is interesting because she's not real. No. I mean, she's real in the story, but she's played by an actress and all that. Yeah. So anyway, it's these people making YouTube videos or TikTok or what have you, and I guess it's the main girl, the Ruby. It's her vlog, and for this project, she, her cameraman, and another girl are going to go into the woods to debunk an old urban legend, myth, what have you. And the deal is, there's this weird tree in the middle of it, and they get to it, and it's this old tree that looks kind of scary to look at and all this stuff. So, they got a good setup for where the main event really takes place for it. And so the opening parts, it's in true Blair Witch fashion. You get some of the more documentary-like elements of where they go and they interview people, locals who are familiar with the legend and all this, and they tell them what happened. And some of them say they had experiences with it. This one guy said he felt like he went to another dimension and all this, and it was the scariest thing he's ever been through, and he's so glad he was able to come back and leave. Other stories are people who encountered this tree and they were never seen again, and this sort of thing. So there's some game with it where they say you're supposed to go around the tree 3 times, and then you'll go into another world or something like that. So there you go. That's the setup for it. So, of course, guess what? The tree really is supernatural. Otherwise, there's no movie, unless you do something, there's a serial killer who lures people out there and that sort of thing. But no, that's not the case. So off they go. Of course, they get a little lost at first, but they do find the tree and all this sort of thing. After that, the cracks in the quality of it falls apart. The best actor in this is the girl playing Ruby Real. Second best is the other girl. Although, boy, there's one scene that just, I don't know, they really should have reshot that. And then the guy just, he's doing all right at first because, well, he's the cameraman, and for the most part. And, she's saying, I need this, I need that. And he's like, yeah, I got it, and all that. Very technical stuff and whatnot, and it's fine. When it gets to the drama of it all, and they're starting to get scared and whatnot, it's pretty flat, So the premise is very simple. The tree is going to do them wrong and all that sort of thing. There's really not much else to have happen there. So it's a weakness in and of itself, but it's harmed even more by these actors just weren't ready for this and weren't up to the task. So ultimately, there's already a hint of a love triangle between them, that the two girls are interested in the guy. He's already involved with the second girl. Ruby has got her eye on him too, and all this stuff. But they keep it rather quiet as they're going. But as they go, they do the test with the tree, and seemingly nothing happens. And they're like, well, there we go. We debunked that. So, of course, they say, well, yeah, we need to get back. We got to return this or whatever. The same, very a la Blair Witch. So off they go, and they're lost. They cannot find their way. They keep going, and they keep going, and then they're back at the tree. Sound familiar? So they're like, oh, this is crazy, So then they see a mysterious figure, and what's that about? And he seems a little odd, and then he's just gone, and all this stuff. So it's the first sign of, uh-oh. And so eventually they realize something's up. It can't be, but it appears to be, and all this. So they tried to do the tree thing again, and I forget. I think it's like they do it several times. And of course, the whole time waiting for them to go around the tree and not come back the other side. Which ultimately, spoiler, does happen. But they do this, and eventually, finally, the second girl, she disappears. And they're like, oh no, where is she? Now she appears off and on. Most of the time they don't see her, but at one point, what's his name? The guy and the girl, Ruby and the guy, so we need to take a nap. I'm tired and beat. So, they cuddle up and everything, you know. And then suddenly the girl appears off in the distance, but they never see her and stuff. After a while she appears, but she never speaks. She's very just there. And then at one point even chases after Ruby. And eventually Ruby, or maybe they already did, at some point, of course, her and the guy, they get it on, you know. But don't worry, she remembers, oh wait, turn the camera off. So he does. Yeah, I didn't get that part. And then of course Ruby keeps appearing and saying, oh my god, Ruby's mad at me. But the insinuation is that it isn't really Ruby. I mean, is it Ruby being possessed now that she's been taken by the tree? There's no explanation for it. And eventually, the guy, they decide, let's go around in the opposite direction of the tree and see if that helps. So they do it, and she goes through it, and then he goes, and then he's gone, disappears. She's all alone. She's like, oh no! And at one point, everything seems to glow. They put some filter effect on the video. And then all of a sudden, there's a Doctor Who vortex. I mean, she was traveling with them, but then she's still in the forest. I don't know. And then she says, I don't know what else to do. I'm going to try the tree one more time. And so she goes, she puts the camera down, goes through the tree, and disappears. You never see her again. And that's that. So, oh no, what happened? Well, they went to another dimension, you know. But since the footage was found, somehow the camera, so she must have been in the right spot if only she had tried to find her way back at that point, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, because the premise of all these found footage movies is somebody found the footage. So, the camera's sitting there on the ground, and I guess someone finds it. So anyway, that's the lost vlog of Ruby Reel. For approaching doing your horror movie, a found footage scenario, would be a cheap option, even cheaper than, say, you're going to, film a haunted house thing or something like that. But it's really, really dependent on the performances of the actors, and they've got to be able to carry that and make it credible, and so on and so forth. And I'm sure they're nice people. The girl's pretty, but they really didn't deliver on that, especially the dude, So, but maybe someone should try again. But there's also other elements of, well, that's all there is. I mean, it's obvious. Okay, you're gonna go around the tree eventually, and you're gonna disappear. That's all there is. One can do with this, and that's what they did. Oh no, well, stay away from the tree, I guess, and that's all you got. So, but look, they tried, and you learn as you go, and maybe that's what happened with this crew. Don't know what any of involved has done since, but even if you don't quite get it, you do learn things. So maybe they did. Anyway, that's the lost vlog of Ruby Reel. And, I guess it's still lost. Well, except for this episode of the tree. So, there's that. It isn't lost, it's found. It's found footage. The found footage of Ruby's... Maybe it should have been the last vlog of Ruby Reel, yeah. Oh, well.